Good morning. How's it going? Today I want to talk about faking it till you make it. And let me just say that if there's any saying that I would like to turn Old Testament God on, is it's fake it till you make it. I can't stand that saying, man. I have to be honest with you. I hear people say it all the time, and they say it like as if they said something enlightening, but it's actually a kind of ignorant saying. I mean, if you think about it, if you had a cubic zirconia, do you think that it's going to turn into a real diamond if it's a fake diamond long enough? It's not going to happen. It just doesn't make sense. But there's no way I'm going to be able to go around and tell everybody who says fake it till you make it, please stop. But what I will do is I'll offer an alternative. And my alternative that I want to offer today is be it until you see it. And the idea of be it till you see it is something along the lines of being aware, being conscious that you are whatever it is that you imagine. And that if you stand in that beingness of that which you are, you will eventually see the reality. Because the reality is we are all like just these infinite beings. We're all these creators that emanate from, at least from my perspective and the way I frame it, we emanate from an infinite and all-powerful God, and therefore, and hitherto and forthwith, that which is in that God that we imagine also dwells within us. And from my vantage point, that's what Jesus was trying to show us. However, not everybody sees it that way. And so people struggle with that idea that they can be something. They look at that they're going to be something in the future that's beyond what they are right now. It's not going to happen because this whole idea of becoming something in the future or some future place or some future idea is going to turn you into something that you're not right now. It's not true in the realm of reality, because in the true reality, there's no past and present and future. There's only now. There's only the eternal now. From God, from the God point of view, if you will. And in that eternal now, all things are. And I know that may sound kind of confusing. I have not yet learned how to speak this language well enough to be able to articulate it the way that I can feel it in my heart. But I can tell you this much. Faking it till you make it is not going to work. And the first time I probably heard fake it till you make it before, but the first time I ever really heard it and it stuck in my mind was at a church, because I was going to this church where they felt like the only way that you could actually have had the experience of the Holy Spirit is if you spoke in tongues, like Shamala Muhammad like that. And no offense, I'm just saying. And to them, if you didn't speak in tongues, that meant you had no relationship with the Holy Spirit at all. And so there were people who, in their heart, they knew they had a relationship with the Holy Spirit, but the church was telling them they didn't. So those people started faking it, and they were fake speaking in tongues, in that kind of idea of speaking in tongues, until they made it. But eventually, maybe it worked for some people, but really, there's a lot of people that were just faking it. And some people, when they just couldn't deal with that anymore, they just left the church and then thought, man, I must be a jacked up person. And then they turned to a worse person and started doing all this, like I saw so many things. And it was all because the person felt ashamed of themselves, because they felt they must not have a relationship with God because they didn't do it the way that they were told they were supposed to. And then when they tried to fake it so that they could reconcile this feeling that they were in a relationship with God, but for some reason they just weren't able to speak in tongues yet, then they said, man, I must not have a relationship with God, and they went downhill. And so ever since then, no joke, I mean, I can laugh at fake it till you make it, but I really don't think that it's very good advice. And not trying to say, well, look, be it till you see it makes more sense to me. So take it like you want to take it. If fake it till you make it works for you, fine. Maybe faking it till you make it works for you. But I'm telling you, there's so many people that it doesn't work for. So if it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for other people, don't oppress them to think that they have to do it, because another thing that I've witnessed in my life is I knew so many people who wanted to be rich. You know, they thought, well, if I become rich in the future, I will be more than what I am right now. This also is a lie. However, people buy into it, and so they fake that till they make it. So they'll do stuff like put stuff on credit cards, get them some Gucci, some Versace, some Ivis, whatever it's called. Anyway, Yves Saint Laurent. But they'll do that so they can walk around and be like, I'm rich, I'm something, I'm special, I'm this, that, and the other thing, faking it. And then when they get their credit card bill, they see just how far they are from making it. You know, and they have done that because they bought into this lie. There's people who have nice luxury cars, which, you know, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But they'll do it so they look like they have something that they don't have, while meanwhile they're actually living in a shack. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a luxury car and live in a shack. That's a choice. But if you can tell somebody, well, yeah, I got this luxury car, but look, back home, I live in a shack. That's fine. That's your choice. You can do what you want to do. But if you inside of yourself are like, I want everybody to think I'm rich because then they're going to think I'm so awesome and blah, blah, blah. And then eventually, because I'm faking it, they'll just say, oh, he must be rich. No, he's going to make it. It's not going to happen. And if you think it's going to happen, or it seems like it has happened, let me tell you that inside somewhere, because we're all these beings who are in line with God, you know you're full of crap. And inside, you're going to always be haunted by the thought that someone is going to find out just how full of crap you are, or that you were back in the day, and then you're going to be like, oh no, it came out. So what? Then if it does come out, hopefully, if you really made it by faking it, you can just say, yeah, man, I was faking it till I made it, but I made it now, haha. And if you can do that, more power to you. But if you can't, I suggest that you think about be it till you see it. Think about whatever you thought these future things were going to give you, and just receive it now. Because all it's going to give you is energy. When you think about it, you say, oh, I see myself doing this. Ah, you feel the energy right then and there. It's with you. It's present with you right now. You are creating that energy with your own thoughts. You can do that all the time. You can think about the things that you, in your mind, are projecting into the future, and you can feel the energy right now. You can be the energy right now. And you'll see that nothing outside of you is going to add anything to you, and nothing outside of you is going to take anything away from you. Because all is now. So, that being said, I hope that you get the most out of this. I hope that you hear this and you say, hey, you know what? I want to have a huge mansion. And maybe you're one of those people that thinks, well, when I get to heaven, I'm going to be walking on the streets of gold, getting some mansions and some nice cars. I'm going to get me a Tesla in heaven and all that stuff. Don't worry about it. All you got to do is imagine it now. And when you do, you'll feel the energy of it. When you feel the energy, then you'll know that what you imagine lives within you. You'll honor who you are as a creator and be like, wow. And you'll know that you can live out of choice. There's a Bible saying, just to wrap it around, that says about faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And I say that it's evidence because even though you don't see it, you feel it. Like right now, I feel in faith that all of you watching this are going to be like, that just makes a lot of sense. Let me go tell some people. Let me go to the water cooler or whatever it is you do today and say, you know what? I'm going to be it till I see it. I'm not going to fake it till I make it. I'm going to be it till I see it. You're going to do that. I feel the energy of it right now. How awesome. I just touched a gazillion and a half lives. Yippity dippity. And I can feel it. And I can get all happy about it if I choose to. Or I can say sometime in the future, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that I am it now. You are it now. Whatever you imagine. If you choose to imagine garbage, hey, it's that way too. It works both ways. But you, my friends, have the power to choose. So I ask you to choose it. It's none of my business if you do. But I'm just putting it out there because I like making videos and ranting and seeing what comes out. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Anyway, I love you because that's how I am. And hopefully you got something out of this, as I often say. And if ever, I'm going to do a little self-promotion. if ever you feel like you want someone to come and speak or talk or do something like that, I am available. And hey, hope to talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.